So the month of August is one of my least favorite months of the year to live here in the Tuscaloosa area. But there are some good things about the month of August. And in this video, I want to tell you about 5 things that I do look forward to about the month of August every single year here in the Tuscaloosa area. And, it's hot. The summer's been long. The kids have been out of school. I've got young kids that have been home a lot and eating up all the snacks and complaining about how bored they are, and kind of ready for them to go back, even though I know I'll miss being at home with them. But there's certainly 5 things, and I've got them written down here that I'm going to share with you that I do look forward to about the month of August every single year. I'm Phil Duke Jr. I'm a licensed real estate broker here in the Tuscaloosa area with eXp Realty, and I tell this story to people all the time. My kids play video games. They make it look easy. They hand me the controller. Your turn, Dad. And in 10 seconds, I'm dead, right? I didn't know the bad guy was going to pop up, behind the bush or whatever. They're not smarter than me. They've just played the game longer than me. And I've been playing this real estate game here in the Tuscaloosa area for a very long time. I've lived here since 1996. I've been in the real estate industry since 2006. So if you need some help, you're thinking about making a move, you don't have to shop Zillow alone. You don't have to go look at neighborhoods alone. You need a local expert, whether it's me or it's somebody else. Let me be your cheat code, right? My kids aren't smarter than me. They've played that video game more than I have, and I've played this real estate game every single day for years and years and years. So let me be your cheat code. You can click the link below and schedule a time to have a phone call or video chat with me, or you can scan the QR code down there as well. But let's go ahead and jump into it. So 5 things that I do look forward to about the month of August. Before I get into that, though, I want to tell you why I don't like the month of August. To me, August is the hottest month of the year. It is like this week, as I'm recording this video, right here at the end of July, beginning part of August. I mean, we're having temperatures around 100 degrees very consistently, heat indexes of 105 to 110. And this is not that dry heat, that people talk about, out in Arizona or California. It is humid. And just yesterday, I've got a property that I'm renovating right now, and instead of going with one big AC unit, I'm going in with mini split units, like individual units, like the ones that are mounted up on the wall, like up high. It's a little bit more. It's a lot more affordable, and they're very energy efficient. And those things finally came in yesterday. I had them shipped to my house, and just like I think there was like 8 big boxes, because there's like 4 units and then 4 boxes of hardware to go with each one, just from like 10 or 15 minutes of loading up my truck to take it over to that property. I was pouring sweat. Okay. I mean, I was like, it looked like I jumped in the shower. I've got 2 foster kids that are living with us right now, and the oldest one was outside with me, and she was like, "Your entire back is soaking wet." And I was like, "Yeah, I sweat a lot." So I don't like the heat, not like that. And in August, it's been so hot all summer that like even most swimming pools aren't very refreshing anymore here. You jump in and it's like jumping in a bathtub. It's like. In a hot tub. But there are some things that I do look forward to. Number one, the first week of August normally is about the time of year that the UA students return. So most of the kids that go to school here have to move out of their dorms in May when the semester ends. Most of them go home or they go somewhere else. They go overseas, or whatever they're going to do. They go on mission trips. They go work at a camp. They go do whatever it is that they're going to do for the summer. And the first week of August, we have, last year there was 42,000 students that were enrolled for the fall semester. I would imagine it's going to be pretty close to that. So we're talking about having 40,000 plus additional people, plus most of them bring at least 1 or 2 family members with them to help them move in, to help them get into their dorm, to hang out a little bit and see them off for the summer. And then mom and dad drive home, or they drive to the airport and they fly home, right? So In the summertime here, it's slow around Tuscaloosa. The restaurants are slow. Traffic's not as bad. You can actually drive through campus. A few days ago, after church on Sunday, I took my kids to a local park that has a stream or a creek that runs through it, and it's kind of like ankle deep or knee deep for most of it, but there's a couple pockets where you can actually like swim a little bit. And on our way back to Northport, where we live, we went to Dairy Queen, by the way, which is highly underrated in my opinion. Right, $7 for a combo with an ice cream and a drink. Pretty good deal for $7, by the way. On our way to Dairy Queen, we drove through campus because it was slow and there's no students, and I just wanted my kids to just remember that we have this in our backyard, right? Because once the students are here, I tend to stay away from campus, and most of us that live here kind of stay away from all the congestion and the traffic and how difficult it can be to get into restaurants, all that kind of stuff. So that's number one. The students come back usually the first week in August. Number two, it means that football season is almost here, right? In the month of July, usually mid-July, they have SEC Media Days. They just had it this past week. They had all the football coaches, a couple of them per day. I guess it was 4 of them per day since there's 16 SEC teams. 4 coaches a day. They bring a couple players with them. The coach, kind of gives a speech, and then they kind of, a bunch of, radio stations and TV personalities are there, and they just go down the row and they interview and they talk about the upcoming season. And it's kind of the unofficial kickoff to football season. And in the month of August is when the football team starts officially practicing, right? Now, a lot of the football players stay here for the summer and they work out together, and they go to voluntary workouts, and they go and they throw and catch to each other. They run together. They go lift together at the gym. They can't require them to do that. There's only a certain number of days and certain number of hours that they're allowed to have official practices. And in the month of August, those official practices start leading up to the first game. And so it's always exciting to hear about that. I know, going into the season, it's exciting to hear, who's going to be the quarterback, how's the quarterback looking, who's standing out, who do we pick up in the transfer portal that might be like wowing people at practice. You'll normally hear things about like a scrimmage on a Saturday, where they will have a scrimmage at Bryant-Denny Stadium or at the practice facility. And you'll hear reports of how that went and how the team was looking, and then the football coaches, kind of come in and do a press conference every single day, and it's just exciting knowing that it's almost here, and that happens in the month of August. Another thing that's exciting for me and a lot of the locals that live here is that families kind of get back into a normal routine. So I've got 4 kids, 2 of my own and 2 foster children. Luckily, the youngest foster child, the 3-year-old, has still gone to daycare every single day for the summer. So I've been able to get her up in the morning, get her dropped off, and then I've pretty much worked from home, or I'll bring the kids here to the office. And I've just gotten to hang out with them a lot. We do lunch every single day. We'll take a little break and let them get their chores done, or play a video game for a minute, or if the day allows, maybe we'll kind of end the day at 3 or 4 and go fishing, or we'll go swimming, or we'll go play some golf, or something like that. But the kids are getting antsy. The kids are getting bored of their video games and their Netflix and the movies, and kind of doing the same thing day in and day out. They kind of miss their friends. And so when kids go back to school here, it's usually the second week of August is when public schools start here. We're already doing like schedule pickups and open houses where we go meet the teacher and drop off school supplies and all that kind of stuff. But when school starts back, it's kind of a chance to get back into a normal routine. And as much as I have loved this summer, and I love spending time with my kids. It is the number one job that I aspire to be great at. I'm pretty good at this real estate thing, but I feel like I'm a really, really good dad. I love hanging out with them, but I'm also kind of ready for them and for me to get back into more of a normal, like day in, day out routine, right? Number four, it means that the hot is almost over. Like I mentioned before, middle part of July through August, here at the office, I can hear it. You probably can't hear it, but this time of year, like the air conditioner runs all day and sometimes even all night, just trying to keep up and trying to keep you cool. And I am not a huge fan of hot weather. Once I've gone to the beach one time, I'm kind of ready for it to get cool outside and put on some pants and a hoodie and feel that cool air in the mornings and after the sun goes down. And for me, August is brutal. It's very hot. It probably is the hottest month of the year, but the month of August tells me it's almost over. We've almost made it to the end of summer, and I look forward to that first like crisp fall day. Sometimes it's in September, sometimes it's in October. We've even had before, like on Christmas Day, we've got the air conditioner running and it's 75 degrees outside, right? So Alabama fall and Alabama winter are very mild. If it gets cold, it doesn't stay cold, and it doesn't even get as cold normally as what a lot of the rest of the country experiences. So to me, August means that this heat is almost over. We can enjoy being outside again. Right now it's so hot. If you're going to be outside, you better be around some water. You better find some shade. If you've ever been to an early season Alabama football game and been out there in the stadium in the sun for an 11 a.m. game or a 2:30 p.m. game, it is absolutely brutal. And so to me, August means the heat is almost over. And then the last thing, I've already kind of mentioned it before, but to me, the best season of the year in Alabama is the fall. I look forward to fall more than any other season. We actually have leaves that change here. The leaves start falling. The fall here to me is when the weather is the most comfortable. I'm not hot, I'm not cold, I'm just comfortable, right? And there might be a day where it's a little bit colder, and there might be days where it's a little bit warmer, but you start kind of getting into that normal, like the weather's starting to change, starting to feel better, and I greatly look forward to that time of year. I look forward to fall festivals and Halloween and the holidays. I really love that time of year. My two boys were both born 4 years apart, but both born the week of Christmas. So to me, Christmas just has a special place in my heart because that's when I met my boys and brought them home from the hospital, and just having those memories of going through the holidays and my wife being expecting and not knowing for sure when that was going to happen, and then it happened the week of Christmas, both times with both of our boys. So August is probably my least favorite time of the year. It's funny, like I use AI to help me create some of these video scripts, and it started talking about like this is the funnest, the most exciting month of the year. I was like, I cannot say that with a straight face. There are things that are exciting, and to me, that's when the University of Alabama kind of wakes back up. That's when football season is almost here, and fall is almost here, and falls in the South are where it's at. And so thanks for checking out this video, and like and subscribe if you haven't already. Have a great day.